On July 27, 2015, A.P.J. Abdul Kalam was 5 minutes into a lecture on planetary sustainability at the Indian Institute of Management in Shillong. He collapsed at the podium and suffered a fatal cardiac arrest. The public immediately grieved the loss of the people's president. Geopolitical analysts noted something more precise. India had lost the chief architect of its strategic autonomy. To understand Kalam's impact, we have to look past the political titles and view his life through his actual profession. He was a systems engineer. He approached the problem of national sovereignty from first principles. His trajectory reveals the meticulous, calculated construction of a developing nation's defense and social infrastructure, built entirely from the ground up. This map isolates the three primary nodes of his career: Rameswaram in the south, Thumba in Kerala, and Pokhran in Rajasthan. His early life operated as a strict feedback loop. Rigid discipline sat into education, which directly yielded technical autonomy. Born in 1931, Kalam grew up under extreme financial constraints. To support his education, he distributed newspapers. He was raised in a devout Islamic household located in the center of a major Hindu pilgrimage town. This physical environment in Rameswaram demanded cross-cultural cooperation and relentless daily labor. He applied this discipline strictly to academia, ultimately earning a degree in physics from St. Joseph's College. Physics provided the theory, but he recognized the need for application. He pivoted to the Madras Institute of Technology to study aeronautical engineering. Here, he acquired the hard technical foundation required to build physical machines. The strict resource constraints and communal harmony of his childhood forged specific behavioral algorithms. These early habits of maximizing limited inputs and managing diverse groups allowed him to lead massive national aerospace programs decades later. His engineering career began at the Defense Research and Development Organization, or DRDO. His first major project was designing a domestic hovercraft named the Nandi. The Nandi drew the attention of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, the founder of the Indian space program. Sarabhai recruited Kalam to the National Space Committee and dispatched him to NASA to train on sounding rockets. Under Dr. Sarabhai's direct mentorship, Kalam transitioned from theoretical aeronautics into applied rocketry. He was appointed project director for the Satellite Launch Vehicle, or SLV-3. He faced intense administrative pressure to deliver results on a highly constricted budget, alongside the scientific challenge of mastering propulsion and guidance. In 1980, the team achieved a critical milestone. The SLV-3 successfully placed the Rohini satellite into Earth orbit. This image captures the physical scale of the SLV-3 and the Rohini payload. Placing Rohini in orbit achieved a specific strategic objective. By mastering multi-stage solid propellant rockets, India proved it possessed the physics necessary to guarantee its own sovereign access to space. That mastery of physics triggered a strategic turning point. The mathematical principles used to place a civilian satellite in orbit are identical to those required to deliver a payload across a continent. An SLV relies on constant acceleration to establish stable orbit. A ballistic missile uses identical propulsion for a steep suborbital trajectory. Leveraging this, Kalam spearheaded the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, branching into Prithvi, Trishul, Akash, and the anti-tank Nag. The capstone of this architecture was the Agni missile. This strategic, intermediate-range system provided a strike reach that redefined India's military posture. The physical presence of Agni became a highly visible symbol of national defense. Through the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, India shifted away from importing foreign weapons. The country engineered an autonomous military architecture capable of strategic deterrence, circumventing heavy global embargoes. By the late 1990s, Kalam served as the chief scientific advisor to the Prime Minister. In this role, he coordinated the Pokhran-II tests. The tests served a strict strategic necessity. The advanced Agni delivery system required a proven, viable nuclear payload to be considered a credible deterrent by rival nations. These fissures in the Rajasthan desert are the physical evidence of the successful underground detonations conducted in May 1998. The detonations sent an immediate geopolitical shockwave across the globe. Kalam and his team successfully navigated the severe economic and technological sanctions imposed by Western powers in the aftermath. Coordinating Pokhran-II finalized the output of his aerospace systems pipeline. It cemented India as a fully sovereign nuclear state. With the frameworks for ballistic deterrence established, Kalam expanded his systems engineering approach. He began applying the same logic used for national hardware to the country's socio-economic software. He initiated direct civilian technology transfers. A primary example is the Kalam-Raju stent. This wireframe demonstrates the process. His team took the advanced, ruggedized metals, originally designed for missile frames, and remachined them into tiny, expandable coronary stents. By manufacturing these domestically, the price of the device dropped significantly. This affordable stent democratized rural healthcare, saving patients who previously could not afford imported medical equipment. His focus on societal engineering led to an unexpected political elevation. In 2002, he was elected the 11th President of India. He relocated to the Rashtrapati Bhawan, the official presidential residence. He viewed the presidency as an executive platform. Rather than treating it as a ceremonial retirement, he used the office to scale the mass deployment of his technological and educational visions. He published his manifesto, India 2020. The book functioned as a comprehensive systems engineering document, outlining specific metrics for national development. The core operational framework of his social policy was an initiative called PORA, providing urban amenities to rural areas. This flowchart maps the PORA model. It approaches systemic poverty as an engineering problem. By combining physical connectivity, electronic connectivity, and knowledge connectivity as direct inputs, the system yields sustained economic connectivity in rural villages. He amplified these frameworks through his literary works, specifically Wings of Fire and Ignited Minds, achieving massive cultural penetration across Indian demographics. This cemented his enduring public image as the people's president, a scientist who communicated directly with students and citizens. He issued a clear operational directive regarding ambition. Dreams are not what you see in sleep. They are the things that do not let you sleep. Kalam's trajectory demonstrates that a methodology of rigorous scientific logic, when paired with disciplined empathy, can be successfully applied to upgrade both the strategic defense and the civilian infrastructure of a developing nation.